Mariel Brown, and this is Sancoche, a delicious melee of Caribbean people, food and craft. You know, I'm often asked by vegetarians if I could please cook more vegetarian food on the show. I make no bones about it, I love meat. But nonetheless, today we decided to do a sort of meals in minutes version for vegetarians. And we're going to start off with a kind of really nice restaurant style thing called a stack. Okay, so what I'm going to start off with is I'm going to roast some heads of garlic. You get your heads of garlic, a full garlic, right? And you're going to, so you have the root side of the garlic and you have the top of the garlic. So you're going to cut the top of the garlic, making sure that you cut through every clove. And you're going to get a piece of foil. So we have a piece of foil. And I'm just going to make a little bundle. You're going to get some very nice olive oil. Turn your garlic, cut cloves down and sort of rub them in the oil. And basically just fold up the envelope. So you have a little parcel. You're going to put it in the oven, 350 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes, okay? So whilst that's happening, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roast my vegetables. For the stacks, I've got some beautiful red peppers. I've got big, lovely beefsteak tomatoes. And I've got some melangen. One of my favorite flavors is actually sort of charred peppers. So I'm just going to put my sweet pepper straight onto the grill. So you're just going to leave that here and let it get black, right? In the meantime, so slice the tomatoes into nice, thick, you know, again, 1/4 inch sized. So we've got our tomato. What I've done is I've made some polenta, or cuckoo as we call it here. Polenta is the Italian version of cuckoo, and it doesn't have anything in it apart from butter, salt, a little olive oil. Of course, you mix it with hot water, right? So I'm going to cut my piece of polenta into some slices. And this is going to form the kind of starchy element of the meal. Try and get a nice clean slice. Again, same thickness of vegetable. Right? All right, so here we've got all the components for our stacks. All right, so I've got some buffalo mozzarella, which is lovely. It melts beautifully. It's going to give another kind of texture to the mix. And I've got this beautiful pan here that's got lots of ridges in it, and this is what I'm going to do to make my stacks look very pretty. So here, get your pan really nice and hot. You can spritz it with some olive oil. So I've got this little olive oil spritz here, right? And I'm going to start off with the melangen. And I do that because melangen takes a lot longer to cook than most other things, right? So pat off your melangen slice and plonk it on the grill. I get my polenta. So we've got those going, and while that's happening, I'm just going to do a little dressing for our whole stack, right? So what we're going to do is just a little bit of basil flavored olive oil, really, really simple. I've got some really nice, fresh sprigs of basil, which I had from my garden, which makes me very proud. Plonk those in there. A fair amount of olive oil is going to go in here. Right, like that. Bit of salt there. I'm going to blitz it. Like that. It's very loud. Let's take a quick look at the stuff that's on the grill. Okay, should be able to turn this over. Alright, I think the pepper is ready. You just have to really cook it quite lightly. And once it's black on the outside, the inside is sort of almost perfectly cooked, and it smells so lovely. Ow, 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 ow. So with this, again, we want the sizes to be fairly comparable. So we're just cutting around here. I want to serve this dish warm. Here I've got my beautiful chunky slices of pepper. So what we have going is lots of different textures. We've got the sort of kind of slightly rubbery, chewy texture of mozzarella, which I really like. You've got a kind of nice texture in terms of tomatoes. You've got the cooked flavor and texture in the peppers, and then you've got the starchiness of your polenta. All right, let's take the melangen off because I think that's just about done. Again, sear my tomatoes a little bit. I'm not going to cook them too much because I don't want them to get mushy. I want them to stay nice and plump and firm. So I've got my melangen here. I'm going to put my tomatoes on there. Really gentle with the tomatoes. Put a piece of mozzarella on each. There we go, that's what we want. Right, check the roasted garlic and grab at my... Now you ought to find that you can just sort of unwrap it. And you've got some, hopefully, beautifully cooked cloves of garlic. And the garlic in here is going to be really subtle, not as harsh as raw garlic, kind of buttery and lovely. All right, so what we do is you basically pick up the whole head of garlic and you sort of squeeze like that. So there we have that. Now we've got all our components are ready, so we can put together our stack. Okay, I'm just going to grab a piece of polenta. Put, oops, 1 or 2 cloves of garlic. Just spread them out there, like so. Piece of tomato. Ooh. Just like that. 1 of my pieces of pepper. Let's get the nice side up like that. Some melangen. I'm just going to break up some more basil and sort of sprinkle it on there. Then, like that, just get a bit of pepper on there. And there you have it, a very delicious vegetarian stack.